Shipping TV, explaining the world of ships, shipping and the sea to people around the world.
When you're dealing with a port operation the size of the port of Felixstowe, there are some aspects that don't immediately catch your eye. The most important probably being the sheer volume of containers that are moved into and out of the port by rail. Over the past couple of years, since the North Rail Terminal opened in 2013, container throughput has risen by 20%, last year reaching a staggering 890,000 TEU. The key machines for this intermodal aspect of the port are rail-mounted gantry cranes, or RMGs, which lift the containers between road and rail wagons. The port is just commissioning 2 new RMGs at the North Rail Terminal. We asked the Port of Felixstowe's Chief Operating Officer, Steve Abrams, for the details.
These are the workhorses of the port, whether it's quayside with the quay cranes, in the yard with the RTGs, or RMGs on rail. They're the workhorses that move the boxes around the port.
The cranes at this terminal look very different to some others.
So the lattice boom structure, mainly to keep the weight down. With the length of this terminal, they do a lot of gantrying. We can handle wagon sets here up to 32 wagons long. Hence the need for a lighter crane to keep the design of the foundations down, to allow for the higher speeds, higher accelerations that we need to service this length of track. These particular cranes were built just adjacent to the rail terminal. They were assembled there and then they were lifted and carried onto the rails over Easter weekend when the network shut down for maintenance.
Felixstowe has 30 trains in and 30 trains out each day, with 9 rail cranes on the site and 16 tracks at its 3 terminals, making it the largest intermodal rail facility in the UK. Trains run to a total of 17 destinations across the UK. The 2 new cranes had some financing from the European Union's Trans-European Transport Network, or TEN-T programme, but Steve Abrams says machinery investments are still massive for the port.
This is part of the continuing investment we have in the port. Our customers are all telling us they'd like to see more volume going out the port and coming in by rail.
Right.
We listen, we recognise that demand, and hence this next instalment on the investment.
Looking to the future, Steve wouldn't commit as to how many trains a day Felixstowe might eventually be able to handle. It all depends on Network Rail's ability to get them to their destination on time. As for these new machines, we'll let Steve Abram have the final word.
To stay in this industry, continuing investment is the name of the game. You have to invest to stay in it.